Thank you very much, Sam and Jake and everyone, and Johanna. We're going to go ahead and open our special board meeting of September 10th of the Lake County Board of Supervisors. We're going to call the meeting to order at 1:01 p.m. We're going to go ahead as traditional. We'll stand with the moment of silence. Do we have any dedications for the moment of silence? Hearing none, we'll stand for a moment of silence at this point. Okay, Supervisor Crandall, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Yes. Ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Supervisor Crandall.
Mr. Chair, just want to be sure you realize that all of the supervisors are present now.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and move forward on our timed items. We have item 4.1, a 1 p.m. item, consideration of a resolution ratifying the declaration of a health emergency and order prohibiting the endangerment of the community through the unsafe removal, transport, and disposal of the fire debris for the LNU complex fire.
Mr. Chair, are we going to go in the order of the agenda, or are we just going to move on to item 4?
It said timed out. We called the meeting to order at 1 o'clock. We did the moment of silence and we did the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, well, I came on at 1 o'clock and I was on mute for the entire time, so I would ask that we open up the moment of silence. I would like to offer a moment of silence to a long-time and retired county employee, Jim Hale, who passed away this last week.
Okay, all right. Then let's stand for the moment of silence. Rob, again, we'll reopen. Okay. Thank you. Okay, moving on to item, as we said, our one-time item we have here, 4.1. Our timed items we have two, 4.1 and 4.2. I'll read it again. Our 1 p.m. item, consideration of a resolution ratifying the declaration of a local health emergency and order prohibiting the endangerment of the community through the unsafe removal, transport, and disposal of fire debris for the LNU complex fire. Okay, we'll go ahead and turn this over to either Dr. Pace or Denise. Can you guys unmute yourselves? There you
go. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and Supervisors. Thank you for calling this special meeting. Basically, this is a kind of an emergency proclamation to try to get a health emergency declared for the LNU complex fire situation, partly because of some of the health risks from the fire, but also it's mainly to help us move through the cleanup process. There were nine structures that were destroyed during the fires recently, and we had the opportunity to get the hazmat people to come in and help them start the cleanup process, and they were able to. It's possible that they can come in tomorrow. So we wanted to try to move this along so that we could get the declaration in place so that they could come in and start the cleanup. It would be the initial sweep of the properties where they could move off the hazardous materials and kind of do the initial cleanup. But we've had a lot of trouble with some of these cleanups in the past and the length of time it took. So we were really interested in trying to get this moved along so that these folks could get started on the initial sweep of these 9 properties. So that's sort of the rationale behind this and why we're doing it so quickly.
Okay,
I have a question.
Go ahead, Supervisor Brown.
I was just curious, Dr. Pace, you said 9 buildings and then you said 9 properties. Was it nine separate properties that experienced loss?
That was my understanding. Yeah, Denise, do you know?
It's 9 structures, not 9 properties. So.
Okay, and it doesn't matter. I was just curious how extensive the damage was on how many different properties, but I was just curious.
And it's 9 structures. And Craig Weatherby is our hazmat specialist here in environmental health, and he's been assigned to work with Cal Recycle. He's been working with them for the last 2 days. Adam from Cal OES called me Tuesday morning and said, I have an opportunity for you. We're going in to start all the cleanups in the other counties. And if you guys can make it happen, we can come early and get Lake County done on Friday. So that's what we did. And we've assigned Craig to work with them, and he'll be out on site with staff on Friday. And Craig, how many actual properties is it? It's 7 properties, 9 structures?
8 properties on my list. I visited 6 of them today, down off of Jerusalem Grade. The good news is there's not a whole lot of extensive damage to homes, just those few, but they are total loss, and they do actually have some hazmat on site that will need to be removed, including one property that had a 55-gallon drum of oil and large quantity of gasoline. Gasoline burned off, but some of the residual is still there. So there is a need.
Okay, thank you, Craig. Supervisor Sabatier?
I know that this is a formality to get the process started. I just wanted to check in. It doesn't state anything about a whereas for our local emergency. Is that a necessary part, or can we just go ahead and move forward without adding that in there? Because it talks about the state declaration of emergency, the federal, state, but we've also had a local emergency since the beginning. I just want to make sure that it's not missing from there for what our needs are.
I'll refer to county council. I drafted the proclamation off of a prior one we had done for the Mendocino Complex fire.
I think it's fine. I'm sorry, I think Supervisor Sabatier, this is fine because it addresses the public health emergency. So it's really not dependent upon even the other emergencies. A local public health emergency can occur whenever the public health officer believes the conditions give rise to one. Then it's up to your board to confirm if you agree. So I think we're okay. It's a good suggestion for the future, but it doesn't detract from the power of the proclamation today.
I appreciate that. I just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
And duly noted, I'll make sure that that's in there the next time.
Thank you, Denise. Any more questions or comments from the board? Make sure I'm checking Supervisor Brown here. Okay, hearing none. And Supervisor Brown, are you on the phone? Because I don't see on the.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am, yes.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure, so I didn't see. Okay, if there are no more questions or comments, we'll go ahead and open it up to the public for public input. Public comment. And I don't see any hands up, obviously, and I don't see many people in the room, but we will go through the steps at this point. Jake, can you open up the room?
Yes, I will unmute the Zoom floor here. I have sent out a unmute request to everyone in the room. If you would like to make a comment, please start by stating your first and last name.
Okay, Jake, hear none. Go ahead and close the virtual room. I don't think we have anybody in chambers at this point, but can I confirm that with you, Sam? Can't see the board chambers at this point. I don't think anybody's in there. It's just double checking. If anyone else can see it, let me know.
No, there's no one in the board chambers at this time.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, we'll go ahead and close public comment. Bring it back to the board for action.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve resolution ratifying the declaration of local health emergency and order prohibiting the endangerment of the community through the unsafe removal, transport, and disposal of fire debris for the LNU complex wildfire.
Is there a second?
I'll second. I don't know if do you just need to offer the resolution?
We're just offering the resolution.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I made it more difficult.
All right, thank you. Okay, so the resolution has been offered. Johanna?
Okay, Supervisor Sabatier.
Aye.
Supervisor Crandall.
Aye.
Supervisor Scott. Aye. Supervisor Brown.
Yes.
And Supervisor Simon.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Denise. Thank you, Craig and Dr. Pace. And staff for help bringing that forward. We have one more item, 4.2, a 101 item, public input. Do we have any public input at this point? We didn't have any on that last one. So, Jake, I guess what we'll do is we'll open up the room, see if there's anyone with public input.
All right, I'll open up the Zoom room again, send out another unmute request. That request is out. If you would like to make a comment, please unmute and speak your first and last name.
Okay, Jake, hearing none, we'll go ahead and close up the room and bring it back. We'll confirm one more time to Sam that there's no one in the room for public comment.
Chair Simon, there's no one in the room for public comment.
Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and close public comment at this point, or public input. And that concludes our calendar today. That concludes the actions need to be taken. So we'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Our special board meeting of September 10th, 2020 of the Lake County Board of Supervisors. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.